Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's the East versus West, where the Charlotte Hornets will be looking to make a statement.
Aggressive, just an attacker. Bridges wants to rock, especially near the rim.
Greg, when you talk about the all-time great three-point shooters, Damian Lillard is right up there.
Without a doubt. Steph is the clear #1, but that second spot is up for debate. And it's between guys like Harden, Ray Allen, and Dame. I tell you, not only does Klingon set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass. And I think that one could have easily have fallen for him.
Here's Diabate. Can't hit from in close. Lillard, right side. Klingon controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And this young man lives on the offensive glass. Tough to stop Klingon when he's that close.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And Portland with the ball. It's a three-point game. GA, despite their youth, this Blazers team showing some grit at the defensive end of the court.
Yeah, very disruptive. Length on the perimeter. Donovan Klingon towering in the paint. And Charles Billups on the sidelines preaching that hard-nosed approach.
Here's Ball. After Drew Holiday score. And that one drops.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jump.
And it's Lillard missing.
He created the opening. He got the angle. Unfortunately, that miss is just on him.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
Now here is Holiday. And Klingon has it in the corner. The shot from the low post is good. Klingon's got 6 points.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, guys. Drew Holiday understands the big picture. He said, quote, basketball is a two-way sport. As much as you train offensively, you need to do the same thing defensively. Doing defensive slides, wall sits, things that help you with your legs and your base. I've done that since I was little. It helps. Back to you guys.
Truly an elite defender. Allie, we thank you very much.
You can't teach size, right? Klingon is already one of the bigger guys in this league, and you can see him add another 10 or 15 pounds of muscle.
Here's Lillard. There's 1:59 left here in the first quarter. Driving inside. Pass to Klingon. Here's Kamare. Goes back up. 4 for 5 with that first miss in 5 attempts from the floor. Knipple with it. Now Avdia defending. There's a good screen. Pass to Knipple. 5 on the clock. To the middle. Here's Diabate.
And at 7'2", Clingan is a huge shot blocking threat. Guys have got to be careful when he's around.
And so Holiday will bring it up for Portland. Tim, walk me down the Donovan Clingan pick at number 7 in the 2024 draft. What do you think the thinking was there?
Well, Kevin, I just think people viewed him as a winner, a 2-time collegiate champion, and then most importantly, that rare young big man that wants to play center and anchor the paint. Whenever he gets that close to the hoop, he finishes with authority.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. And he'll be shooting his first free throw of the game here.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Nobody near Lillard. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Man, that jumper on balance and on point. Lillard working over that medium range area.
Pass to Knipple. And stolen by Lillard. Takes the 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Knipple with it. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Trailblazers out in front. They're up by 2.
14.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, look at the turnover ratio, then look at the score. Easy to see what happened in that first period.
Well, they're taking care of the ball on one end of the floor and then forcing mistakes on the other.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. One thing about the NBA, there is never a shortage of exciting young players to watch and cover. Who are you excited about in watching them grow and take it from this point forward?
Well, I love 2 big lead guards. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Cade Cunningham certainly come to mind. Both of those guys are established stars in this league, and yet there is still so much more they can add to their games. The sky is the limit.
And they seem to have the right attitude. Am I right in your assessment?
They are guys that everybody wants to play with. They're mature as leaders as well.
Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
And not just an athlete. Sharp is very crafty with the ball in his hand.
There's a screen by Williams. Pass to Knipple. Up again. Second chance effort. Williams' shot is off.
Defense did just enough to force that miss. I really expected him to get 2 there.
Here's Sharp into the lane.
And good quickness there. Sharp, exciting to watch when he's in attack mode.
Count the basket.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
Pass to Thibault. There's the pick. And it's Avdia off the drive.
Total letdown by the D. Can't leave the bucket unprotected.
Absolutely. And it takes an easy 2 points onto the lead.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
Now, here's Sharp. Pass to Kamare. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And then Sharp with the dunk.
We've heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is, now we see it on full display.
And it's slammed in by Williams.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
It looked like a let-up from the team in the lead.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Hornets trail by 6. So, GA, Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sidelines.
Thanks a lot. Every team in the league is looking for a long, athletic wing defender, and the Portland Trail Blazers have been especially keen on stockpiling them. As they look to acquire their future franchise players, they want a ready-made roster full of versatile 3-and-D role players to surround them. Kevin, back to you.
A good strategy. All right, Allie, as always, we thank you. And Thibault now top of the key. 6 to shoot. Pass to Avdia. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Avdia's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Knocks it loose. Taken away by Williams. To the paint. And Bridges with a clear path to the basket.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
Here's Sharp. He's got 6. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Yeah, I love that. He comes off the pick and takes it right to the hole.
To the inside. Bridges. Good. Great play by Williams to set it up. Bridges got 6 here in this quarter.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside. And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
And Portland making a change here. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Hornets. Here's the drive. Rebounded by Kamare. Trailblazers leading by 6. Down low. Here's Thibault. Good D by Williams.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
You're going to have to be very patient right here. Let's see how it plays out.
Here's Knipple. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Portland with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. And talking to Con Knipple, Greg, he has a burning passion to be great. You can just tell him.
Yeah, he gets up before everyone else and goes to work. Some people have called him an old soul, just very mature and disciplined.
Pass to Diabate. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. So we've seen the NBA team embrace analytics more and more over time. That's something you caught on to early in your career.
Well, there is no doubt, Kevin, that they're starting to go more to the analytics. The eye test is really important when you look at just what makes good basketball. But the numbers sometimes can tell you things you didn't even realize as a coaching staff.
As a broadcaster, what numbers do you look at normally right off the top? What things are telltales for you?
One thing that I really look at as opposed to individual plus-minus, give me that group of 5 plus-minus. That way I know which units are really getting it done together.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
boy, he got fancy with that one.
Yeah, maybe trying to give them the momentum boost they need to break this game open. Williams with the steal. White left side. And the officials have called the illegal screen right there.
Well, when a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Well, oftentimes illegal screens fall into a gray area, but that time he got called for it.
Henderson outside. And then Henderson with the jam.
Explosive in every way. The quick first step, and then you see the hops.
2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. Grant on the wing. Back to Henderson. Pass to Sharp. Shot clock at 6. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So another turnover for Portland. Three-pointer, Lillard. And the three ball is good. Lillard's got 6.
A downright lethal three-point threat. Lillard is someone defenders must stay attached to if they want to have any impact.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Ball. And just miss after miss right now.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Lillard with it. Defended by Kneppel. Here's Klingon. Tries yet again. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall. Pass the ball. They get it back. Diabate off with the layup. Henderson, no one around him. Misses the three. Hornets trail by 11. And Tim, it came out this past summer that the Trailblazers were for sale.
And with the entirety of the proceeds of that sale going to charitable causes, and with franchise value skyrocketing league-wide, a lot of good is going to come from this transfer.
Pass to Diabate. Ball up top. And in with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. And here are the Hornets now. They trail by 14. Just 5 on the clock. Blocked again. Idle for 3. Diabate grabs the board. And it's the Hornets ball. To the right side. In the corner, Kneppel with it. They need this one. And he sinks that one in the back of the rim on the way in.
What I like about this young guy, Kneppel, is that he lets his game come to him, including when he takes shots.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Diabate grabs the board. Hornets trail by 12. There's Miller with the 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Miller's got 6.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Well, he not only forced the miss, but he also came down with the rebound.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Now off the inbound, and it's Miller with the jam.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket, guys, still shaking. And so it's Portland heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And they're
35.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Hornets trail by 7. Green, the screen. The 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Oh, that was amazing! Oh, my goodness!
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
Knipple with the bucket.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Oh, and the jam by Sharp!
And an exciting player coming into his own. We're seeing all of what Sharp has in this one.
Good work there as it goes. And that's now 7 points for Knipple.
And guys, all about hard work from this point on. They've worked hard to create that high-quality shot and then able to knock it down. Oh, nice job executing inside. Sharp's confidence is what makes him such a dangerous player.
Out to Bridges. Here's Green. And it's Green with the jam.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points. And here's Sharp. And the layup's good off the glass. Sharp's got 10 points here in the second half.
He must have visualized this one because everything is falling.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Slam dunk by Kamara.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
Rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And stolen by Miller. Green cleared away by Avdia. Portland leading by 10. Sharp with it, and it's Miller picking him up. Bridges with the rebound.
Oh, just a little too cute on that one, and it cost him.
And there's the call on Matisse Thybulle. That is his first foul of the game. Now Ball.
And Ball understands how to get these calls, especially against aggressive defense.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Trailblazers.
They've shown no let-up. Penetration, knife it inside. The defense has to tighten it up if they want to slow this team down.
Poked away. Bridges with the steal. Fires the 3. The putback. Oh, hits the putback.
And that's what he's known for. Great activity on the glass. He will outwork you.
Avdia outside.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left in the fourth quarter. Sharp. Lock at 6. Oh, and he feathers one right through. What touch!
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, with each bucket, he denies any thought of a comeback.
He takes it in. Oh, what a play inside.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
All it takes is a half second of carelessness, and someone will be rocking the rim going the other way.
Cleared away by Avdia. Portland leading by 11. Sharp with it, and it's Miller picking him up.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim.
He just powered that one.
One of the game's top dunkers.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for Portland.
This was a physical game.
Yeah, I mean, they were aware of the rotations defensively and were able to attack the rim. Add that to the highlight reel for Miller. I'm sure it'll grow quickly.
How Holiday attacking. Driving. Whoa! He flew in there.
Wow!
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
It is never easy to win on the road, but they rose to the challenge.
Miller. And the three misses. And here's Portland. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
And this run should seal this win. What a timely burst.
Stolen away. Shaden Sharp. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
Thanks for joining us on this 2K broadcast. Hi, everyone. Here with analysts Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. It's stolen by Holiday. And they're pushing it up. Off the outside. Here's Klingon. And he buries his first look. Well, two of the best guards in the league going at it today, Grant. Is there a bit of bragging rights on the line?
You know, maybe not for the players themselves, BA, but the fans will absolutely use this game as evidence when they argue why their guy is the best. Okay, young fella. Look, I'll tell you this. Do not test Donovan Klingon. They just learned that the hard way.
6 to shoot. The three from Ball. Avdia pulls it in. On offense, here are the Trailblazers. Klingon with a screen. To the middle. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday.
I love it. When Klingon starts throwing that weight around, he'll knock you out of position.
And it's Ball off the drive. To the inside. And Klingon pulls it down. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Well, a new era in Portland, Grant. Young, raw, and still finding their place.
Yeah, BA, they've committed to growing through reps and putting in the time. The victories are hard won, but a foundation is being laid.
And Lillard puts up a deep three. Nails it from beyond the arc.
Lillard is lethal as a shooter, even from way downtown.
The shot by Diabate, no good. Now Portland with it. 7-point differential. Pass to Klingon. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Charlotte substitution. Number 2, Grant Williams.
Here's Ball. There's a screen. They need this. And Ball throws it down.
Deadly in the pick and roll. LaMelo Ball can do anything out of that particular set. This time calling his own number.
Back to Holiday. And Williams over to help. Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Throws it down emphatically.
He's got serious hop, right? You add that to his ability to penetrate, that's 2 easy points.
A lot of bounceability there, guys. I mean, well above the rim. That's what makes him dangerous.
And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team. Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for him so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. All defensive guard Drew Holiday talked about guarding some of the younger players coming into the league, and he said the game has changed significantly. They morphed with it. They're quick, athletic, and they all play the game a lot differently than when I came into the league. Guys, back over to you.
A new day. Allie, thank you. Stolen by Bridges. Pass to Miller. Takes the three. And the Hornets, another three.
3 points.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Well, Grant, a wrist injury hampered Brandon Miller in year 2. Good to have him back in action there.
Yeah, the number 2 pick in 2023. I mean, the future is still bright for Miller. And he'll have every opportunity to fulfill his immense potential.
Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
You have to give them credit for their defense here in the early stages. I mean, they've shown tremendous anticipation, on the same page as a unit defensively, especially on those block shots.
Here's Knippel. Back to Bridges. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Bridges, in some ways, to me, is a throwback player. He's a 6'6" forward and does a little bit of banging down low. Actually, a lot of banging down low.
Now here's Klingon. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark. Here's Knippel. For 3, Bridges. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
For 3.
Always looking to make an impact and capable of doing so. When Bridges sees a shot, he does not hold back. He lets it fly.
Here's Holiday. Five on the clock. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. And here's Knippel from the arc. And the three-pointer goes. Knippel's got 6.
Well, they count on big-time production from him at the offensive end.
Offense is coming free and easy as we wrap up the first.
12. The Hornets. 16.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Charlotte.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
Here's Bridges. Deflected. Outside Sharp. Knippel with the rebound.
Everything right except the finish. Have to keep focused all the way through the play.
And this is year 2 for Coach Charles Lee at the helm of the Hornets, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., a long-time assistant. He knocked on plenty of doors before finally securing the lead role. And that determination to break through, something he's looking to impart to his young roster.
The kick out to Williams. The 3 from Ball. Charlotte again missing. Portland trailing here. And it's good for 2.
Oh, and that's a nice find by one of the youngest players in the league. Sharp with tremendous upside to his game.
And he can't jam it through.
Trying to show off for the fans and give them their money's worth, just couldn't finish.
There's the double with Sharp. And the basket by Bridges. Bridges has got 7 points in the game.
He kept his cool despite the double team and finds the open man.
Sharp. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Fast break. Here come the Hornets. Here's Ball. Rebounded by Kamara. So it's Portland now. Avdia. Good. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
Growing his passing game. Sharp knows being able to reliably create for others will really round out his skill set.
Now here's Williams. Still without a bucket. Portland moving it around. Sharp up top. Back to Thibault. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. Yeah, when it comes to taking an offense out of its rhythm, what are some of the primary methods, Grant?
Well, B.A., you have to disrupt their flow. That can come from steals, deflections, block shots, even change shots. Anything that makes them feel uncomfortable. And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
And, guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
2 minutes.
Now here's Sharp. Here's Kamara. Pure from three-point range. He's got 5.
He was licking his chops there. Got a good look.
To the paint. Pass to Diabate. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there.
And that's good as he hits both shots. 1:42 left in the second period. Holiday with the ball. Guarded now by Ball. Down low. Here's Williams. And the shot is good on the assist by Holiday. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Boy, that basketball IQ you see from Holiday, understated but consistent, so valuable, especially in these pick-and-roll sets where he just cuts up defense.
And Williams punches it home.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
Pass to Williams. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Holiday.
Now into the lineup for Portland. Number 0.
Hornets trail by 4. Here's Knipple, covered by Thibault. Let's go with a 3. Buries it from 3. Knipple's got 9.
Yeah, consistency beyond the arc was a big selling point for Knipple. I mean, he's got really impressive accuracy.
Now here's Lillard. Williams with the screen. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Now one on Ball. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
And Charles Lee wants a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. And so it's White with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. Trailing by 2. Drives to the hoop. The game now all tied up.
Well, the defense allowed that one. He had a clear path to the cup.
Lillard outside. Here's Williams. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
And that's a solid play. Make him earn his points at the free throw line.
Yeah, and he was on his way to sending that one down, so the play is definitely to foul right there, which he did.
And here's Green from the arc. And that's not going to go. It's all tied up in Portland. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Now here's Sharp. Still no points.
the burst. Man, Sharp can go from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye.
And one unfortunate distinction for the Hornets. Clark, the only NBA team to never win their division.
And to add to that, the second lowest number of playoff appearances after the Pelicans. And, you know, BA, with no immediate postseason prospects, Charlotte fans have to understand this is going to be a process that takes some time.
And so it's Charlotte with it. 2-point game.
Well, it's great seeing ball finish with strength like that, showing off the athleticism with that rim-rocking throwdown.
Sends it home from three-point land.
That's a guy you need to defend, especially from range.
Ball with it. He's picked up by Lillard. And here's Knippel from the arc. Some nice passing by Charlotte here. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Robert Williams picks up one.
And primarily in college, Knippel was used as a floor spacer, a guy who is lethal from range. But he showed signs of being able to make plays and crash the glass as well. He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Williams with the screen. Off with the layup.
No matter how good you are, it's tough with the defender draped all over you.
Pass to Miller. Inside for the lead. Some solid defense from Williams. Portland leading. Now Sharp. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in.
Yet not afraid to finish at the rim. Sharp, just relentless.
To the paint. And he dunks it down.
Strong effort that time, producing the best look possible.
During his career, we've seen LaMelo Ball score from just about everywhere, Clark.
Yeah, you know, he's really a talented player. I mean, he can make it hard on any defense. He's always in motion, and he knows what to do when he catches the basketball. He's unpredictable in how he goes about it. He's a hard cover for sure.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey, every team in the league is looking for a long, athletic wing defender, and the Portland Trail Blazers have been especially keen on stockpiling them. As they look to acquire their future franchise players, they want a ready-made roster full of versatile 3-and-D role players to surround them. Guys?
A good strategy. Okay, Allie, good stuff. Count it. Good. Bridges has got 9.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
The shot by Lillard, no good.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Miller outside. Pass to Bridges. Oh, Williams with the block. Out of bounds as Charlotte keeps possession. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Knippel. And that misses. That would have put him up. So it's Portland now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the middle. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
He's used to sharing the love. Exceptional timing on that pass.
Here's Ball. Here's Diabate. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Oh, nothing soft about that.
Was not going to be denied. Just took the dunk that was right in front of him.
Well, you know, if nobody's going to put a body on him, then that's going to be the result.
Here's Williams. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist. Williams has got 6 in the quarter.
Great lead pass, anticipating where his man was going to be, not where he was.
.110 left to play in the third quarter here.
Look, in a game this tight, those little mistakes make a big difference.
We've got 1:08 left in the third quarter. To the inside. Shot blocked. Here's Miller. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Williams with the screen. Down low. And give him another one. He's 6 of 8 and looking solid.
That's why you keep your head up. If the assist is there, you can pounce.
There's 31 seconds left in the third. Here's Diabate. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
He may not be the biggest center in the league, but he sure can jump.
Now Lillard. He has 6. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over.
Good timeout call right there. Looked like the guys were gassed. Heavy legs out there for sure.
Somebody doesn't have rhythm. Let's do it for you.
12 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Here's Ball. Ball in the paint. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
It's stolen by Green. No luck on that one. And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game. Both teams putting up points in a hurry.
43.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the fourth. And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, you're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another. Guys, let's see what happens.
Okay, thanks, Allie. Here's Ball. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on Klingon. All right, guys, some stats here. The scoring breakdown for Charlotte.
Well, I think they've been lethal from beyond the arc this game, no doubt about it. Hard to defend such spot-on shooting.
Pass to Graham. Clock at 4. Now here's Klingon. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Hornets ball. Now on the floor for your Trailblazers.
Charlotte leading by 3. Ball with it. And here's Bridges. Kamara covering. Pass to Ball. Here's the pick. To the inside. And Klingon pulls it down. Now Thibault. He's guarded by Bridges. Three-pointer Holiday. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Ooh, he really came close to leveling the score there.
Yeah, you know, and after the way they fought back into it here in the fourth, that would have been a big bucket for them.
Pass to Klingon. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
At 7'2", Donovan Klingon is a mountain of a man.
To the middle. Here's Knippel. Here's the 3. And Klingon pulls it down. Portland trailing here. Holiday with the ball. Guarded now by Ball. Yes, sir! The finish with the jam!
You can see that this is how dominant Klingon can be. And when he's hot like this, it's wise to keep feeding him.
All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
I mean, they've played some beautiful basketball all game. The passing has been impressive, and it's opened up things with their ball movement.
So hits one and misses one at the line.
He really wanted to capture the lead there, but on the bright side, at least the game is tied.
Miller. Off on the layup. That's tipped. And it's the Hornets on the break. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Oh, no good. Outside Holiday. Outside Kamara. Outside Sharp. Shot clock at 6. Unloads from 13 feet. Can't get it. Now here's Ball. Miller outside. Oh, he jammed it.
And that's what you get from Brandon Miller. And he can really whip passes there around the court.
Here's Avdia. Oh, unanswered slam.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Just so reliable at the line. There was never a doubt that those were money.
From deep. Avdia rips down the board. And so it's Avdia with it. He brings it up for Portland. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Charlotte trailing. And here's Ball. Oh, got a piece of it. Thybulle with a steal. Now Holiday.
Boy, a really good shot blocker for a wing. Bridges elevates quickly and has an excellent sense of timing.
Great to see guys who don't back down under pressure.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game.
Yes.
And Ball's over to help. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Oh, the first of 2, no good. A heartbreaker.
And one look at Donovan Clingan, and you see why scouts were excited about him. 7'2" with a great build. You can only imagine the intimidating presence he could become on the floor.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Here's Ball. Here's Green. Ball surveys the floor. Oh, he can't get the layup. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
And Chauncey Billups calls timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys.
We need you to make some noise for your Trailblazers team.
Both teams will make substitutions. Now Lillard. get set for overtime in what has been a stirring contest. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. No doubt he's going to utilize the opportunity to make sure they're all on the same page here.
Now into the lineup for Portland. Number 8.
Ball with it. Up again. And he grabs the board and finishes it off.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Got a piece of it. Here's Holiday. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
It's off. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for Charlotte. 2-point game. Tipped away. And a one-handed slam.
And Ball definitely has the passing DNA. Some of his dime drops are really sweet.
Now here's Holiday. Abdia outside. Swinging with a screen. Abdia attacking. Clock at 6. And Chauncey Billups calls timeout here. Looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. It's off his leg. And it's whistled a kick. Trailing by 4. A throwback possession. 2 points.
Most any coach loves points coming off assists.
Now Green. Stolen by Sharp. Now Holiday. A little over a minute and a half gone now in overtime. Now Sharp. Just 5 on the clock to take the lead. Oh, it doesn't go.
Defense may have given him that one. Based on the results, you see why.
Here's Diabate.
One of the more dynamic passers in this league. Ball with a nice setup.
There's 57 seconds left to play in overtime. Abdia. Oh, the drop pass, and he dumps it down.
Leading right to the basket with a tremendous pass. Really good execution there.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
You know, numbers don't always tell the story, guys, but his assist totals do paint the picture here. I mean, he's got everybody involved.
Sharp. Ooh, poked away.
And this is why Sharp slices inside, because he wants to get fouled while shooting.
He drops the first one. And that narrows the lead down to just 3. Both free throws good from Sharp.
A steady hand at the line in a tough situation narrows it to a one-possession game.
Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Abdia rips down the board. Sharp goes in. Oh, he misses the dunk.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
The value of good ball movement isn't lost on this squad.
And from Charlotte, North Carolina, the home of the Hornets, we're broadcasting live from the Spectrum Center.
Timeout, timeout.
Sit back and enjoy this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Alongside Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, I'm Kevin Harlan. Allie LaForce will be our reporter tonight on the sideline. And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And so here's Charlotte. The drive-by ball. Off the inbound, no good. Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves. And the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
Here's Kneppel. Back to Green. Out to Bridges. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
Just so precise off the pass. I like how Bridges prepares himself to shoot as the ball is coming his way.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. So Holiday will bring it up for the Trailblazers. It's a three-point game.
Plenty of power behind Holiday's slam. He was not holding back.
On the wing, Bridges. And it's the Hornets, another three.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Sean. Pass to Kamare. Looking for Abdia and gets it there. Misses from close range. We've seen a quick start here for the Hornets. Here's Holiday. He's covered by Ball. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Here's Holiday. Just 5 on the clock. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. Miller up on top. It's up a three. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass is coming.
So, GA, Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
Back to Green, and it's Portland with the rebound. Here's Sharp, and then Sharp with the dunk.
We'd heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
.153 left here in the opening quarter. Kamare misses.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Hey, Greg, after 2 seasons in Milwaukee, how about Damian Lillard going back to the Blazers roster even as he works his way back from the Achilles?
And in the meantime, he gets to watch this relatively young group compete. Their activity and defensive edge should pair nicely with his offensive brilliance next season.
And the Hornets' playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season, their worst record in over a decade. They're hoping these new additions can help.
Back to Green. Here's Bridges. On the wing, Miller. Back to Bridges. From past the arc. And again, the Hornets missing.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Now, here's Avdia. Nothing on the board. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, the coaching staff's game plan is very clear. Move the ball on the perimeter and shoot the shots with no hesitation.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out.
It's time for T-shirts.
52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And another exciting young player from Canada. Shaden Sharp is an elite athlete, and his overall skills are really improving.
Charlotte in the lead. Sharp on the wing. Bible on the wing. The three. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, the defense was a little soft. He felt free to take that shot.
Here's Ball. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper.
Assist goes to...
Oh, fellas, that was a vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. And Charlotte turns it over again.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Portland out in front.
The third Blazers, 14.
And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, credit their anticipation skills on the defensive end. They forced a number of turnovers.
Yeah, turning defense into offense, getting out in the open floor. This is exactly what they wanted.
Charlotte trailing. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you. For the Portland Trailblazers, in year 3 of a rebuild, wins are hard to come by in the loaded West. But acquiring young, talented players like Denny Avdia is a nice start. He said, quote, "The team is young, we're real athletic, we all compete, everybody wants to work and wants to improve." Back to you, Kevin.
Young and hungry. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. And since their scrappy play last season, Coach, the Blazers extending the contract of head coach Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, great decision, as well as a renewed contract with the front office. Times had passed, their seats had grown hot, but nice to see that commitment to what they're building.
And it's Sharp missing. Here's Charlotte now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. Bridges. Good good. Great play by Green to set it up. Bridges got 8 points.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Avdia can't hit.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
To the paint. Stolen by Holiday. Pass to Kamare for the 3. The rebound by LaMelo Ball. Hornets leading by 4. Miller surveying the floor. Bridges shot. Good. Bridges got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, he's so potent offensively. It's easy to draw up plays for him.
To the middle. Here's Avdia.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
And with the score as close as it is, these are the opportunities you truly can't allow.
A magician with the ball in his hands. LaMelo making it look easy. He might not have the long-range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's Bridges. The kick out to Ball. Stolen by Avdia. Here's Holiday. That's basket number 2 with his 3rd shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Just a smart hustle play from Holiday. Running the floor and getting that fast break bucket.
And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Avdia on the wing. 7 points in the game. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. And it's Ball penetrating. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. They set the pick. Shot clock at 6. Releases. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. There's the drive. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
Holiday saw the opening and took full advantage.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Portland.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
They set the screen. Pass to Sharp. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. 7 points for Shaedon Sharp.
And nice work on the perimeter. Defenses must respect Sharp's range.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Into the lane. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Pass the ball.
Right here.
Back to Bridges. Top of the key ball. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Portland out in front as they end the second quarter on a 14-4 run. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the second overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor.
Bridges, right side. Pass to Miller. And he banks in the layup. Miller's got 5 now.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Here's Henderson. Can't get it to fall. Hornets trail by 4. About 1 minute played here in the second half.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
Grant outside. Banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 4.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Now Ball. Pass to Bridges. The kick out to Ball. Offline with his 3.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Sharp. And he slams it down right on top of Brandon Miller.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't. And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? The drive by Henderson. Comes up empty down low. Hornets trail by 4. And staying offensively, clearly where the Blazers have the most room for growth.
Well, Kevin, better shooting and playmaking first and foremost. But in particular, improving their rates of assists and turnovers will be key.
A dangerous score from just about every area. Bridges very good at capitalizing in a number of ways.
And now, Hallie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Guys?
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Sharp. Henderson looking it over. The layup missed. Charlotte trailing. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And with that burst, you can count on LaMelo being the first up the court on the break. He won't miss a chance to get out and run.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Inside. That's tipped. Thibault with the ball. Now guarded by Ball. Pass to Sharp. In the corner, Henderson with it. Drills the three-pointer. Henderson's got 5 now.
Such a confident young man. Scoot just goes for it.
52 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. One-on-one here. And slam dunk by Kamara.
Just an excellent feel for the game. Scoot Henderson understands how offense is played.
Bridges outside. Then Bridges jams it in.
Oh, just an impressive dunker of the basketball. I love how Bridges just takes the initiative and gets funky with his throwdown.
Out to Henderson. Pass to Sharp. In the corner, Kamara with it. Just 2 to shoot. For 3, Henderson. And the Trailblazers, another 3. Here's Bridges. And no good on the last second attempt this time. And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Portland out in front. They're up by 6.
42.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Hornets trail by 6. They set the pick. Right side, White. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. Coach wanted to see more urgency thinking of closing out on shooters. He said, quote, right now we're jogging at them on the perimeter. It needs to be a sprint to run them off the line. We'll see if the guys have it in them.
Terrific, Allie. We appreciate the report. To the inside. Pass to Knippel. Oh, good on the triple. Trailblazers leading by 6. Here's Grant. A putback. Bridges with the board. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Charlotte. Miller with the ball. Now defended by Grant. And here is Bridges. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Blazers.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Here's Bridges. Pass the ball. No one near him. Can't hit that one. And Portland with the ball. They've only given up 1 point in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Thibault. Now, here's Sean. Grant outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Out to Bridges. Stolen by Avdia. Here's Sharp with the drive. Ball with the rebound.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
Knippel, no good. Trailblazers leading by 5. Yep, that goes down.
Well, when Sharp is on, he is on. You see why the team is so excited about his future.
Now here's Bridges. Stolen by Avdia. Holiday. He nails the jump shot. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. Now here's Bridges. Green inside. 6 on the shot clock. Knippel with it. Now defended by Grant. Another chance here. The putback. And again, no good. Sharp with it. Takes it inside. Miller there for the rebound. What a finesse finish on the lay-in.
Yeah, the more we see Knippel, the more I think he'll drive it.
Portland leading by 7. Now Sharp. There's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Avdia. Bridges with the steal. Here's Knippel. Green. Oh, that is a big-time jam.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Well, as a coach, turnovers will drive you nuts, but sometimes that happens when you're aggressive. So there's a balance.
We're making a change here. Here's Avdia. Lillard surveying the D. The three doesn't go.
I can't believe he missed that three. Regardless, that's not a shot the defense should be given.
Now Green. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here.
Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
That one goes in.
There's a fearlessness that Bridges brings to this team. He just welcomes the chance to take important shots.
Holiday. Bridges with the rebound.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
Now Knipple got a piece of it. Stolen by Holiday. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Abdia. And he banks the layup in.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions. Don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Here is Lillard. Holiday fires. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic... We are live in Portland as the Trailblazers are about to go into this interconference contest. Welcome to 2K Sports, bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined courtside by Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And it's Allie LaForce for us tonight on the sideline. So, GA Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his dues.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
This guy's such a talented distributor. Drew Holiday always makes solid passes.
And the shot is good.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Now, here's Schwarber.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
When you can get off the floor like that, that wipes away any height advantage.
I'll be on the wing. Pass to Sharp. Back to Avdia. 6 on the shot clock. Takes it inside. And finished off by Avdia.
Wow, Avdia quick to the cup. What a finish.
And here's Miller. Defended by Thibault. Here's Diabate. Avdia with the rebound.
Boy, he had a clear look at it. Ooh, you hate to miss chippies like that.
Thibault can't get it to go. An even 3-on-3 break. Ball with a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb.
Well, LaMelo, ball in the catch-and-shoot game. He says, I can get off the ball as well.
Pass to Sharp. Oh, and the jam by Sharp.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Now, here's Ball. Bridges. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
LaMelo Ball has that basketball on an absolute string and always times his passes quite nicely. I'll tell you, an underrated thing right there. How effective that screen was. It just creates a lane to the cup.
Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves. And the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
And it's out of bounds as the Portland Trailblazers retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with the steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The painted area is not for the faint of heart, and Avdia making some contact happen. I love that.
GA, despite their youth, this Blazers team showing some grit at the defensive end of the court.
Yeah, very disruptive. Length on the perimeter. Donovan Clingan towering in the paint. And Chauncey Billups on the sidelines preaching that hard-nosed approach.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Miles Bridges up in the air above the rim. That is a show. Look out below.
And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Charlotte trailing. Stolen by Avdia. Stolen by Ball. Here's Bridges.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
Assisted by...
Well, this guy knows how to put on a show. Put Miles Bridges in the dunk contest. Did you see that?
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. And the Hornets playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season their worst record in over a decade. We're hoping these new additions can help.
Here's Knipple. And trying for the go-ahead basket, it doesn't go in. And it's Thibault in the corner. Back to Holiday. Pass to Sharp. Down low. Pocket 6. Stolen by Knipple. And it's Green with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
A good game so far as we conclude the first quarter. Hornets lead by 2.
The Hornets, 17.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. In a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Hornets.
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks, guys. Denny Avdia, the son of a 6'8 Serbian sharpshooter who played for the Yugoslavian national team, then moved to Israel and met Denny's mom. Denny said he had the same mentality, fire in the eyes. Every night, playing to win. That's how I've always been. That passion is a part of my culture. Back to you.
Thanks a lot, Allie.
We've heard the stories about Sharp and how impressive his vertical is. Now we see it on full display.
Pass to Knipple. Bangs home the trifecta. Knipple's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. You know, Doris, here's a question for you. Is there a reason why we see so many point guards become head coaches?
I do believe, Kevin, obviously as a point guard, you are responsible on both ends of the floor. On the offense for knowing all of the sets and where every single guy is positionally. On the defensive end, you're the lead communicator. You are at the point of attack. So it makes perfect sense to me that they become head coaches.
Just 3 to shoot. The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. A three-pointer off the mark.
If he's got that much space, he's got the green light. He just doesn't make it.
Inside. On the wing, Bridges. Pass to Knipple. The Trailblazers pull it in. And talking to Con Knipple, Greg, he has a burning passion to be great. You can just tell it.
Yeah, he gets up before everyone else and goes to work. Some people have called him an old soul, just very mature and disciplined.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Right side, Ball. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. Ball's got 7.
I think one of the things that makes LaMelo Ball so dangerous is his confidence. The jumper is pure.
Charlotte moving it around. Back to Green. In the corner, it's Bridges. It doesn't go for him. Portland trailing here. And that's a foul called on Josh Green. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And for those of you just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And Knipple over the helmet. And it's Thibault in the corner. Sharp on the wing. He's got 6. 4 on the clock. Over Green. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Miller outside. Bridges, no one around him. And a miss there on the triple. So it's Portland now. They double him with Green. Pass to Kamare. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Buries it from three-point range. 7 points in the game.
Well, just ready to shoot as soon as the ball touches his hands. That is Denny Avdia. This guy has an instinct to score it.
Back to Bridges. And now Portland on the break. Bridges with the board.
Oh, an easy look, but he decides to be a crowd pleaser. I'm sure he's upset for attempting that one.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Here's Sharp. Good D by Miller. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
To the inside. Plays it up and banks it in. Miller's got the lead up to 2 now for the Hornets.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Sinks the three-pointer. Ball's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open three.
Offensive rebound. Here's Holiday. Lays it up off the glass.
Drew Holiday showing you he's got touch wherever he is on the floor.
Here's Bridges. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Both free throws good from Bridges. 5 seconds left here in the second. Outside Holiday. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's Charlotte. They finish off the second quarter with a massive 16-7 run. We've got more hoops coming your way in just a moment. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Here's Kamare. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Kamare's got 7.
Boy, you allow a shooter of his caliber to get that good a look and good night.
Ball from long range. The Trailblazers pull it in.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
To the paint. Back to Lillard. Stolen by Ball. Wide open look. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
This is how you finish in transition. LaMelo Ball being rewarded for the hustle.
Now Kamara. 7 points in the game. 5 to shoot. Pass to Grant. Here's Lillard. Miller grabs the miss.
Oh, he'd like to have that one back. That's in his wheelhouse for sure.
Greg, when you talk about the all-time great three-point shooters, Damian Lillard is right up there.
Without a doubt. Steph is the clear #1, but that second spot is up for debate. And it's between guys like Harden, Ray Allen, and Dame.
On the wing, Bridges. Here he goes. Here's Ball. Rebounded by Kamare. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for the Trailblazers. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half.
What a confident shot by Denny Avdia. He is not afraid of physical contact, clearly.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
A 78% foul shooter a season ago. Pretty steady when he's at the line.
Now let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Hey, Kevin. The Portland Trailblazers, in year 3 of a rebuild, wins are hard to come by in the loaded West. But acquiring young, talented players like Denny Avdia is a nice start. He said, quote, "The team is young, we're real athletic, we all compete, everybody wants to work and wants to improve." Guys?
Young and hungry. All right, Allie, thank you for the report. The Hornets trail. Miller, right side. To the middle. And stolen by Lillard. Grant for three. Hornets with the rebound. Here's Ball. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Penny Avdia picks one up.
LaMelo, one of those guys at the top of the list in terms of excitement. This guy is capable of the spectacular. This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
There's to Thibault. Lillard outside. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 1.
You love to see Avdia doing whatever he can to keep the play going. Nice hustle on the glass.
Here is Miller. Here's Bridges. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Doris, when you look at the numbers of Miles Bridges, he is a bona fide 20-point-per-game player.
And, Kevin, that's a big statement. It is not easy to score 20 at this level on a nightly basis. To extend that over several years is the sign of good things to come.
Sticking it from the corner. You got to know where Lillard is at all times.
Pass to Bridges. And he drives in. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bridges. And the Hornets making a change here. And here's Portland. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's the screen. Three-pointer, Lillard. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
And they have been relentless from deep. And you see the defense trying to react, but to no avail.
Well, that's the whole point, isn't it? If you space the floor well enough, it's almost impossible for the defense to account for everyone.
Portland leading by 4. Here's Lillard. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Here's White. Inside. And Klingon pulls it down. The shot and game clock separated by 4. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. Hornets trail by 4. To the paint. Nice shot by James.
And just running the offense. White's that new breed of combo guard who can do a little bit of everything.
Pass to Klingon. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Lillard. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Portland out in front, up 2.
The Hornets, 42.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Left side, Ball. Uses the glass to finish the layup. It's a tie ball game.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Grant gets a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. On the wing, Bridges. To the inside. And stolen by Shot. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Got a piece of it. Knuppel with it. To take the lead. It's hauled in by Thibault. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Holiday surveying the floor. 6 for 10 with that shot going in. That's a good game for a lot of guys.
Well, Drew Holiday just so strong with the basketball. Very hard to knock this guy off his course.
Ball with it. Now defended by Grant. Nice move. The drive-by ball. Bridges. Off with the layup. And here's Grant. He'll bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. A 2-point game. And it's Sharp missing.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Impossible to stop the putback when he's got that kind of position.
Agreed, Greg. Let him get his hands on it inside and finish it off.
How about the activity level, the effort level? This team right now feeding off his energy.
And timeout is called by Charles Lee. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Well, over the break, I listened to Charles Lee talk to his team. He was very passionately telling his team, don't give them an inch when they have the ball. This game is going to come down to defense. I need you guys to work hard and close this one out. Guys?
Thank you once again, Allie. Rising up and ripping down the two-hand jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up with some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
Here's Apia, and stolen by Miller. Ball. Holiday there for the rebound. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. The lead is 2.
Well, Denny Avdia showing you exactly why he was the 9th selection back in 2020. His offensive game is complete.
Green fires. The 3 doesn't go.
If you're trying to make a comeback, that is the kind of shot that doesn't help.
And there's the foul. It's on Miles Bridges. That's his first foul.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. And they call an illegal screen here.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it. And LaMelo Ball relishes these moments. That young man has no fear.
He takes it in. Oh, good on the layup. Charlotte trailing. And out of bounds as the Trailblazers gain possession.
Boy, how big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
From outside, Bridges with the rebound. Taken away by Holiday. Now Kamara. Now Sharp. Into the lane. Oh, he can't jam it home. He is denied. Green. Now here's Bridges. Holiday with it. Defended by Knuppel. Here's Apia. And stolen by Miller.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they better come up with some points on every possession from now on.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
To me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
And big-time bucket there. They've got to play for a stop here with the 2-point lead. Most important thing, no open threes.
Green. So the first one drops, and that narrows the gap to 1. Both free throws good from Green.
You can't have any more pressure on you than he had at the line right there. Shows you what he's made of as he's able to tie it up.
And we've got a timeout called by John C. Billups. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. Here's Lillard. Driving in. Oh, what a finish.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
Yeah, tough situation here, but they do have enough time to get a catch and shoot. It's going to have to be very quick, but they do have time.
Substitution on the court.
And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish.